have read today.
Okay, Mataji.
So that's the plan for today. So what you do is you have to raise your hands when you want to read a sloka or a translation or a purport. When you raise your hands, I'll try to see who, if you have not already read any of the slokas, translation or purports, I'll pick you up and then you can start to read. So you turn on your video whenever you are doing, whenever you get a chance to read. Okay. That way
Okay,
we will
Mataji.
spotlight the video and you will be seen.
We're doing
Okay.
purports too?
Yeah, today we are going to do purpose. Today it's a reading session. Basically, we are going to read chapter 15. Okay. Is that clear?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
Clear.
Mataji.
Okay. So turn on your video whenever you're getting a chance to read, and that way we will spotlight you. That is the only thing. And then we want to make sure as much as possible to give chance for everybody during the session. So I'm going to, if you have already read, then wait, wait for the other persons to finish. And if everybody is done, then we can again restart and you can raise your hands and you can take another chance to read. Okay. But we want to at least make sure that each of them gets at least one chance.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I joined a little late.
Oh, you joined a little late. So I was giving instructions about what we are going to do in today's session. So what we are going to do is basically read the 15th chapter with the sloka, translation and purport for different verses. And so I'm asking everybody to raise their hands up if you want to read. And we want to make sure that your video is turned on so we can spotlight your video. And that way everybody will be able to see you. And we want to also make sure that everybody gets a chance for reading.
Mataji, should we raise our hands in the participants? Or with our video?
You can do video and if you're asked to read, then you can turn on your video.
No, like when we're raising our hands when we want to read, should we do it from the participants?
Yes. Usually you are the participant, right?
Okay.
And the host will unmute you if needed, or you can even unmute if you have the permission. Okay. With that, we will start today's session. We will first carry out our prayers. All right. All of you all, you can start prayers.
Om Jnananjanaशलाकया तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः Om Shivaya Purnamृताभूतले Vedanta Swami Nityanamine
Krishna Hare Rama
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Hare Hare.
Awesome, kids. Loved it. Okay, with that, we will move to verse 1 from chapter 15th of Bhagavad Gita. Let me go to the participants list. You don't have to do a video raise up. I think participants raise. One second. Whoever chanted the verse, let me call out your name. That way we will make sure to go in an orderly fashion. Okay. I'm so sorry. Why did this translation come up? Okay. So first, Nandini, go ahead.
I can say it without looking.
Oh, good.
Shri Bhagwan Uvacha Urdhamulam Adaksakam Ashwatam Brahuravyam Chandashmi Yashya Parnami Yastam Vedcha Ved.
Okay, Keshavi, thank you, Nandini. Good job.
I don't know how to say it.
Okay, you can go. Akshita, you can go.
The shloka?
Yes, the sloka.
Okay. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Urdhva Moolam Adashyakam Ashwata Prahuravyayam Chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda savedavet.
All right. So now we will go to the translation. Don't know why. Okay. Okay. Translation. See, if you have already gotten a chance, please lower your hand. We will make sure all the 27 participants speak out. Okay. Pratmesh, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Pratmesh.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "It is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas."
Wonderful. Thank you, Pratmesh. Does somebody else want to read?
Mataji, can you go back to the verse? I want to see it.
Okay. Do you want to read the verse? Who's this?
Advait. Okay, I'll read it.
Yeah.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Urdhva Moolam Madasakam Ashwatam Puho Avyayam Chandam Siyasya Pranani Yastam Veda Savevit Vedavit.
Wonderful.
Mataji, you want to read?
Mataji, Mataji. Have this.
What is that?
Prahlad raised his hand.
Okay, Prahlad,
In
next.
Purushottam, didn't
What
we,
is it?
why was we reciting this?
One second. Who's this? I'm not able to hear.
Mataji.
Can Prahlad tell the translation?
Yes, Prahlad, 1 minute. I'll answer Advait's question and then you can start reading the purport. Okay?
Didn't we do these slokas?
Did we do the
Purushottam?
What is that? Who?
Advait, this is a reading session. We are going to read the entire book with the purport. So the next person will read the purport. Prahlad Das, go ahead.
No. I mean, like,
Prahlad Das.
didn't we sing it in
Discussion.
Purushottam?
I just want to see the verse.
So, Advait, we are going to read the Bhagavad Gita verses of chapter 15, including translation and purport. Okay? The whole session is the reading session today.
No, that's not my question, because you know how Purushottam month they say do the 15th chapter. Didn't we do this also?
Yeah, we did the verses.
Yeah.
Yes, we did the verses for Purushottama Mas. We want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to read because all the kids were excited to read Bhagavad Gita, and that's why we thought we'll utilize this week to just read.
Purusha month is already over, so.
Yeah, we still, this chapter is about devotional service. It talks about how you can go to Goloka, what is in Goloka, what is that place, Goloka. So anytime Bhagavad Gita chapter can be chanted, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So we will go and read the purport now. Prahlad Das, you can go ahead and read the purport for this first verse.
After the discussion of the importance of the Bhakti Yoga, one may
Who is interrupting in between? All of you, all the others, please unmute. Thank you.
after the discussion
of the
Prahlad, can you please wait? Prahlad Das is reading out.
after the discussion of the importance of
It is explained in this chapter that the purpose of Vedic studio is to understand Krishna. Therefore, one who is in Krishna consciousness, who is engaged in devotion service, already knows the Vedas.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Can I say the shloka?
You want to say? Okay, say the sloka. You can say it memorized.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Shri Bhagavan Ovacha Udvamulam Ashwatam Prahurautrayam Chandamasi Yasaparani Yastam Veda Savetavi. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right. Who's the next participant, Mataji? Who has their hands up? Okay, Sri Krishna.
go.
Okay. Yes, Mataji.
Can you read this purport?
Okay. The entanglement of this material world is compared here to a banyan tree. For one who is engaged in furtive activities, there is no end to the banyan tree. He wanders from one bench to another, to another, to another. The tree of this material world has no end. And for one who is attached to this tree, there is no possibility of liberation.
Very good job. Thank you so much, Sri Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, why is this not going down? Okay, next is Prahlad. Can you read this verse, Prahlad? Prahlad? Yes, Prahlad.
The Vedic hymns meant for elevating oneself are called the leaves of this tree. This tree's roots grow upward because they begin from where Brahma is located, the topmost planet of the universe. If one can understand this indestructible tree of illusion, then one can get out of it.
Good job. Prahlad is done, and then now Balram Das.
Yes, Mataji, the Vedic hymns meant for elevating.
No, 1 second. I'll move this presentation up. Okay, this is the word.
This process of creation should be understood. In the previous chapter, it has been explained that there are many processes by which to get out of the material entanglement, and up to the 13th chapter we have seen that devotion service to the Supreme Lord is the best way. Now the basic principles of the devotion service is detachment from material activities and attached to the transcendentalist service of the Lord.
Wonderful. That's great. I mean, great job. Thank you for reading this part of the purport. Next, who's going to read next? Okay, let me go to the screen up. Keshavi.
I'm spotting them, Mataji.
Oh, you're spotting them. Please, Mataji, go ahead.
Should I say
Keshavi only.
Should I say the purport? Okay.
Yes, this part of the purport.
Process of breaking attachment to the material world is discussed in beginning of the chapter. Root of this material.
The root of the material existence. There's a full stop there. Yeah, go ahead.
Grows upward. This means that it begins from the total material substance from the topmost planet of universe. From there, the whole universe is explained with so many branches representing the various planetary systems. The fruit represents the result of the living entities activity, namely grown
our channel every Saturday that we upload new videos.
The fruits represent the results of the living entities, activities, namely
developed
economic development, yeah,
senses, gratification, and liberation. Thank you, Mataji.
Wonderful. Let's move on. Okay, now Mataji, you're spotlighting, right?
Yes,
Mataji,
I can see. Mukunda. Mataji, you cannot see Mukund. Mukund is there. Next spotlighted. Radhika Mataji, can you see Mukund?
Yes, Mataji, I can see Mukund.
Yeah, next she is the one who is spotlighted.
Yeah, I can see him.
Now
Go ahead,
there is
Mukund.
no steady experience in this world situated on desire, just as a tree's reflection is situated on water. Desire is the cause of things, being situated in this reflected material light. One who wants to get out of this material existence must know this tree thoroughly through analytical study. Then he can cut off this relationship with it. Hare Krishna.
Good job. Thank you, Mukund. Next.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mukund.
This tree, being the reflection of the real tree, is an exact replica. Everything is there in the spiritual world. The impersonalists take Brahman to the root of the material tree, and from the root, according to Sankhya philosophy, come Prakriti, Purusha, then the three gunas, then the five gross elements, Pancha Mahabhuta, then the 10 senses, Dasendriya, mind. In this way, they divide up the whole material world into 24 elements.
Good job, Ojasvi. Next one, the same purport.
Brahman is the center of all manifestations. Then his material world is a manifestation of the center by 180
Degrees.
And the other 180 degrees constitute the spiritual world. The material world is the perverted reflections. So the spiritual world must have the same vegetativeness, but in reality, the Prakriti is the
external
energy of the Supreme Lord, and the Purusha is the Supreme Lord himself, and that is explained in Bhagavad Gita.
Wonderful. Rasika, how old are you?
7.
7. Wow, great job, Rasika. You did a great job reading.
Thank you.
Okay, next. Who wants to do next?
Hey, Prahlad.
Ray Prahlad, okay.
Raya Prahlad.
Rai Prahlad. Okay, go ahead, Rai Prahlad. How old are you?
6.
Wow, great. Great to see you in Govinda. All right, can you go ahead, Rai Prahlad?
Since this manifestation is material, it is temporary. A reflection is temporary, for it is something seen and something not seen. But the origin from whence the reflection is reflected is eternal. A material reflection of the real tree has to be cut off. When it is said that a person knows the Vedas, it is assumed that he knows how to cut off attachment to this material world. If one knows that process, he actually knows the Vedas.
Wonderful. Wow, I can't believe you're 6 years old, Rai Prahlad.
Ramachandra, say.
Ramachandra? Okay, go ahead, Ramachandra.
Since where are we?
Mataji, there is another person before Ramachandra.
Yeah.
Rudra is there. We are going in the race hand, right?
Yeah, Mataji. So, Ramachandra, do you mind waiting?
We have to wait in the line, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Ramachandra. Thank you for your patience. Krishna likes patience.
One who's attracted by
the realistic formulas
Ritualistic
of the
formula.
Vedas is attracted by beautiful green leaves, green leaves of the tree. He does not exactly know the purpose of Vedas. The purpose of Vedas is disclosed by the personality of God himself, is to cut down this reflected tree, attain the real tree, a spiritual world.
Yes, great job. Thank you, Rudra. We couldn't see you properly because your camera was not positioned well. Next time you can show your face, okay? Okay, Rudra?
Okay.
Thank you, Rudra. Okay, now we are going to verse 2.
Mataji, can Balavrinda do the verse? Mataji, we can't raise our hand. After Akshita, maybe Akshita is spotted now after Akshita.
Okay.
Akshita, go ahead.
Akshita?
Oh, okay. Adaschodram prastastasya shaka guna pravrida vishaya pravalaha adascha mulani anusan tattani karmanu dini manushya loke.
Wonderful. Thank you, Akshita.
Balavrinda.
Yes, Balavrinda.
No, others.
Adasya chodram bhagdastasta shaga kuna pravita visha pravala adashta mulayana samtatani karmanu bandini manushya loke.
Wow, great. Okay, can we move on to the purport or is somebody?
Can Ramachandra say the purport?
Ramachandra's turn, Mataji, now.
Okay, okay. You want to say the verse or the translation, Ramachandra? I will leave it to you.
Okay, I'll say a translation.
Translation, okay.
The branches of this tree extended downwards and upward, nourished by the three modes of material nature. The twigs are objects of the senses. This tree also has roots going down, and these are bound to the fruitive actions of human society.
Awesome. Thank you, Ramachandra. Okay, let's go to the purport.
Mataji, Balram already got the chance and Rasika got Samskriti did not get, right? Mataji, do you remember?
No, Samskriti did not get.
Okay, we will take Samskriti now. Samskriti, you can on your video, please.
Good to see you, Samskriti. How old are you?
I'm 7.
You're 7. Wow. Good. Go ahead, Samskriti.
The description of the banyan tree is further explained here. Its branches spread in all directions. In the lower parts, there are variegated manifestations of living entities, human beings, animals, horses, cows, dogs, cats, etc. These are situated on the lower parts of the branches, whereas on the upper parts are higher forms of living entities, the demigods, Gandharvas, and many other higher species of life.
Hey, thank you, Samskriti. You did a great job. Next.
Mataji, Advait, next.
Okay, Advait.
You have to, please everybody on your videos, okay? Then I can spot you.
Okay.
As a tree is nourished by water, so this tree is nourished by the three modes of material nature. Sometimes we find that a tract of land is barren for want and sufficient water, and sometimes a tract is very green. Similarly, where particular modes of material nature are proportionally greater in quantity, the different species of a life are manifested accordingly.
Wonderful. Thank you, Advait. How old are you?
10, Mataji.
Okay, thank you, Advait. Okay. Next.
Next is Sri Lasya. Sri Lasya, can you on your video, please? And unmute yourself to reading.
Thank you, Sri Lasya.
Purport Bhagavad Gita verse 15.2. The twigs of the tree are considered to be the sensed objects. By development of the different modes of nature, we develop different senses, and by the senses we enjoy different varieties of sense objects. The tips of the branches are the senses, the ears, nose, eyes, etc., which are attached to the enjoyment of different sense objects. The twigs are sound, form, touch, and so on. The sense objects. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Sri Lasya. Sri Lasya, how old are you?
I'm 10, Mataji.
You're 10. Okay. Thank you, Sri Lasya. Okay. Next.
Mataji, again Prahlad Das is on the raise hand. Can you once announce if anybody did not get a chance want to raise their hands?
Who else didn't get a chance to read? Are we going from the top? I mean, are we going again? Sai Vedas, did you read?
Prahlad Das already got, right? Yes, he got.
No, Sai Vedas. Sai Vedas didn't read, I think.
No,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
You don't want to?
No.
Okay, no problem. Kushi?
I didn't hand raise it.
You know, I am having a hard time hearing you. What did you say?
I didn't hand raise it.
Do you want to read now?
No.
No, he's saying that I did not raise my hand, so he don't want to read.
Okay. Okay, Mataji. Then probably those who have not raised hands, I think they don't want to read, I'm assuming. If anybody wants to read, please raise your hands up. Okay? Okay, now we can go to Prahlad Das because,
Yes, Mother.
yeah, go ahead, Prahlad.
The subsidiary roots are attachment and aversions, which are byproducts of different varieties of suffering and senses. Enjoyment that tending towards piety and being are considered to develop from the secondary roots, which spread in all directions. The root is from Brahmaloka, after Loka, and the other roots are in the human planetary systems. After one enjoys the results of virtuous activities in the upper planetary system, they comes down in this earth, renews his karma for future activities for promotion. This planet
of promotion, yeah,
is considered to fill of activities.
Great job, Prahlad Das. And how old are you?
I am 7.
You're 7. Wow, we see lot of kids who are 7 years old. Great, thank you, Prahlad Das. Now we have 2 verses, 3rd and 4th verse. Who wants to read? Mataji, you can.
Yeah, Mataji. Actually, Pratimesh is next spotted. Mataji, you can read, Mataji.
Yeah. After that, Balavrinda can also go. We can do it 2 or 3 times. No problem.
Narupam asya tathopa labhyate nanto nachadir nacha sampratishtha ashwatham enam suviridhu moolam asanga shastrena dridena chitva. Mother, should I read the other one?
Yes, go ahead.
तथा पदं तत् परिमार्गितव्यं यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यत् प्रवृत्ति प्रसृता पुराणी
Narupamasya
tato balavyate nato rachade naja samradishva ashvatyamevam suvidudamulam ashanga shashrena brudena chitra ततः परं तत् परिमार्जितव्य यस्मिन् गता निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यत तवित्ति प्रसिद्धा पुराणी.
Great. Good job. Thank you so much.
Mataji. Prahlad, yes.
Yes. Prahlad Das, he just now read it.
Prahlad Mataji, Lalitangi Mataji.
Lalita, okay. Prahlad. Yes.
Narupyam ashe tatopi labhyata. Can I read the translation, Mataji?
You want to read the translation? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
The real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, or where its foundation is. But with determination, one must cut down this strongly rooted tree with the weapon of detachment. Therefore, one must seek that place from which, having gone, one never returns, and there surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom everything began and from whom everything has extended since time immemorial.
Thank you, Prahlad. How old are you?
I'm 8, Mataji.
Yeah, 8. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Awesome. So we will move on to the purport. Okay.
Yeah, now Rasika is there again. Rasika. Is there anybody who raised their hands who did not get chance? No, everybody got the chance. Okay. Rasika, go ahead.
It is now clearly stated that the real form of this banyan tree cannot be understood in this material world. Since its root is upwards, the existence of the real tree is at the other end, where intelligence,
when entangled,
the material expansions of the tree. One cannot see how far the tree extends, nor can one see the beginning of this tree. Yet one has to find out the cause. I am the son of my father. My father is the son of such and such a person. By searching in this way, one comes to Brahma, who is generated by the Garbhodakshai Vishnu.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rasika.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, now Shri Krishna.
Okay, so the purport. Finally, in this way, when one reaches the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is the end of research work, one has to search out the origin of this tree. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, through the association of persons who are in knowledge of that Supreme Personality, Godhead, then by understanding one becomes gradually detached from this false reflection of reality, and by knowledge one can cut off the connection and actually become situated in the real tree.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sri Krishna. So how old are you, Sri Krishna?
I'm going to be 10 in 2 months.
Oh, in 2 months? Okay, advanced wishes for you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Krishna.
You're welcome.
Okay, next. Mukund?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Mukund. Your turn now.
Yes, Mataji. The word Asanga is very important in this connection because the attachment for sense enjoyment and lording it over the material nature is very strong. Therefore, one must learn detachment by discussion of spiritual science based on authoritative scriptures, and one must hear from persons who are actually in knowledge. As a result of such discussion, In the association of devotees, one comes to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then the first thing one must do is surrender to Him.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mukund. How old are you, Mukund?
I am 9 years old.
You're 9 years? Okay, thank you. Ramachandra, good to see you.
The description of that place whence have given, gone on, never returned to this false reflected tree is given here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is the original root from whom everything
has emanated.
To gain the favor of the personality of Godhead, one has only surrender, and this is a result of performing devotional service by hearing, chanting, etc. He is the cause of extinction of the material world. This has the cause of the extinction. This has already been explained by the Lord Himself.
Okay, thank you, Ramachandra. And you're 10 years old, Ramachandra? Or 9?
9, and in 2 months I'm going to be 10.
Okay, like Sri Krishna?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Advanced wishes to you too. Akshita.
Aham sarvasya prabhavo. I am the origin of everything. Therefore, to get out of the entanglement of this strong banyan tree of material life, one must surrender to Krishna. As soon as one surrenders unto Krishna, one becomes detached automatically from this material extension.
Yes, thank you so much. Akshita, how old are you?
9.
You're 9? Okay. Is your birthday coming up anytime soon?
Nah, next
No.
year.
Okay. Thank you, Akshita. Okay. Mataji, do you want me to stop here or go through the next verses? I mean,
Mataji, it's 4 minutes less than 7. So I don't know what's your plan. We'll be having 15 minutes though.
Okay. I don't know how long is this verse. This is okay. This is not that big.
Yeah.
Maybe we can complete this verse and then we can maybe briefly go through the meaning for the verses. Okay.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. We can.
Okay. Okay. This verse. Who wants to go with?
It's Prahalad.
Rai Prahlad. Okay. Rai Prahlad. Go ahead.
Nirmana mohajita sangadasa dosha adhyatma nitya vinavritta kama dvandvem vimukha dukkha
Dukka samye
samye
Gacchantyamuda
Shantyamuda padam avityam
Avyayam tat.
vyayam tat.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rai Prahlad. And you are 6 years old, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Mataji Vrunda want to recite this verse.
Okay, Mataji, go ahead.
Vrunda, go ahead. Nirmana.
Nirmanamo nasita sangadosha avyanmanedya vinivrata kama sarvanidya sugaruka sanja kachantyamuda paramahyayantat.
Great. Thank you, Vrinda.
Mataji, next is Prahlad Das. But I see one kid who did not get a chance has raised hand. That's his Suraj. What do you think? Can we take him?
Sure. Suraj has not spoken till now, so we can take Suraj.
Take him because Prahlad Das and Keshavi, everybody got.
Yes, Mataji. Do I do the translation of this?
Yes.
So, or
One second, Suraj. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. Why? Okay. Let me.
Just to escape Mataji and then. You know it's working.
Yeah, those who are free from false prestige, illusion, and false association, who understand the eternal, who are who
Done.
are
Done with
done with the material lust, who are freed from the dualities of happiness and distress, and who are unbewildered, know how to surrender unto the Supreme Person, attain to that eternal kingdom. Sorry, Mataji, my parents are talking in the background.
Oh, no problem, Suraj. Thank you for, in spite of them talking, you volunteered to say the sloka, and Krishna is pleased by such act. And Suraj, how old are you?
I'm 9 years old.
Okay, thank you, Suraj. Let's move on to the puppet. Prahlad Das.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Can I say the sloka?
Yeah, this is the puppet. You want to say the sloka? Okay, go ahead.
निर्वाणमोहजित संगदोषो अध्यात्मनित्य विनिवर्तकामः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्तः सुखदुःखसंज्ञैर्भञ्जन्ति अमूढ पदम् अव्ययम् तत्.
Okay, thank you, Prahlad. You are 6 years old, right?
7.
7 years. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. All right.
Mataji, if is the purport very big?
Not very big, but I can skip the puppet and go through the meanings, Mataji, if you want.
Yeah, you can summarize them because it's
Okay,
set now.
Mataji. Okay, Mataji. Sounds good. I'm going to stop share, and then what we can do now, since we have read 5 verses, we will just go through the meaning for these 5 verses. Okay? So the first one is the 15th verse. I mean,
You were
15th.
off on your video. Can you please on?
Mataji, I'm on.
No. No,
Yeah, Mataji, your video is turned off.
Okay, I don't know. Okay, 1 minute, Mataji. Is it working now, Mataji?
No. No, Mataji, but that's okay. Let's continue.
Okay, can you see me now? I don't know.
No, Mataji.
Okay.
Your screen also has stopped, Mataji. I just want to let you know. Your screen stopped, your video.
Screen stopped. Oh, okay, start. I don't know how. Okay, 1 minute, Mataji.
It started, Mataji. You are on video. Yes. Go ahead, Mataji, now.
Is it okay?
Yes, Mataji. We can see you, Mataji.
Okay, I don't know if it is tilted, Mataji. Bear with me.
No,
Okay.
it's perfect. Little bit up, Mataji. Little bit up. Yes, now perfect.
Okay. All right. So the first verse, they were talking about the banyan tree that is upside down, right? We know the spiritual world is the perverted reflection of the material. I mean, material world is the perverted reflection of the spiritual world, and hence we are seeing the tree upside down. Okay. And it is said that the Vedic hymns are there, and that is to elevate oneself gradually. We have to elevate to Krishna consciousness gradually through the Vedic hymns. And what is the process of getting detached from the material world? The only process that Krishna recommends is the devotional service. Devotional service, we all know how we can perform devotional service. It can be through chanting, it can be through kirtanam, it can be through remembering, it can be through archanam, padasevanam. We know the 9 processes of devotional service, right? That is the way we can engage ourselves in Krishna consciousness and get detached from this material world. And then Krishna is talking about attachment to the transcendental service of the transcendental service of Krishna. So that way we can detach ourselves. And what does it mean to know the Vedas? It means that one has to know how to cut his attachment to the material world. When one gets attracted to Krishna, he will not be attracted to the material world anymore. And that is the way we can actually detach ourselves from the material world. One who is attracted by ritualistic Vedic formulas is just attracted by the beautiful green leaves of the banyan tree and does not know the purpose of the Vedas. That means if you are going on attached to the, if you are attached just to the ritual of the process, okay, I have to do 3 times this, I have to pour water 3 times, I have to do fire sacrifice after that, but you don't understand that you are doing this for the pleasure of Krishna, then everything is a waste of time. You're not doing, accomplishing much by just performing the rituals. Through the understanding, through the knowledge, that's when you understand that you're doing everything for the pleasure of Krishna. That is the way you were, that is when you know Vedas. That is when you can say, I know Vedas. Okay. So that is the first verse. The second verse talks about the material world is a tree that is nourished by the 3 modes and the fruitive acts. Meaning, we all go to different species of lives based on the desires that we have. If you have good sattvic desires, then you go and be with the people, set of people who are all in the sattvic mode. If you are full of passion, then you go to a place which is full of passion. If you are in the mode of ignorance, you are born in that kind of a species, and you will go to a place which is filled with ignorance. So that is what Krishna is saying in the second verse, that the material world is nourished by the 3 modes. What are the 3 modes? Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Sattvic is mode of goodness, and Rajas is mode of passion, and Tamas is mode of ignorance. Those are the 3 modes that one can be in. But when one is situated in Krishna consciousness, he is above the modes. Okay. That is the second verse. So the first verse, we saw that the tree is upside down, which signifies that the material world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. And we talked about how we can detach ourselves from detach ourselves from the material world. That is by engaging ourselves in Krishna consciousness. And we also saw that Vedas, if it is just performed for rituals, then it's of no use. Without understanding that we are doing it for the pleasure of Krishna, is just a waste of time. Then the second verse, we talked about the modes. Depending on the modes and the desires, is accordingly you will go to the planet that actually manifests that modes. Okay. The third verse talks about the real form of this tree cannot be perceived in the world, and we have to use the acts of detachment. So how do we cut the detachment to the material world? That is, one must go and surrender to the Supreme Person. And when we surrender to the Supreme Person, we can actually get ourselves detached from the material world. Why the real form cannot be understood? Because when we are entangled in this material expansion, one cannot see how far the tree expands. And there is the beginning. We cannot know all this. Okay. And that is the reason we cannot understand the real form. And how we can actually, find out who is the Supreme Lord? Through the association of persons who have knowledge about the Supreme Lord, we can actually know the Supreme Lord. What is the benefit of this knowledge? One should gradually detach ourselves from the material world and cut the attachment to the material world. Then we will actually be situated in this real tree. That is, the real tree is what? The spiritual world. Okay. And what is the, how we can actually surrender? Surrender happens with detachment. When we actually detach ourselves from the material world, we will be able to surrender ourselves. Okay. That is how we will surrender. Can you please unmute? Kids, can you unmute if you don't mind?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, unmute please. I'm able to hear some background noise. If you can unmute.
Mataji will unmuting.
To say that mute yourself, not unmute.
Sorry, unmute you. Sorry, mute yourself. I'm so sorry.
No problem, Mataji. We understood it. Mute everybody, please.
Okay. Okay, the third and fourth verse, did you all understand? We all know that this tree is not real because we are all in illusion in this material world, and hence it is not real. It is impossible to understand, fully understand the real tree. But we can cut down this tree with determination and by detaching ourselves from the material world. And then we can attain the desired destination. What is the desired destination? That is going back to the Goloka. Going back to Godhead is our desired destination. How do we go back? That is by surrendering to the Supreme Person. How can you surrender to the Supreme Person? for that you have to detach yourself from the material world, and when you are detached, you will be able to also get the knowledge about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and with this knowledge and with this detachment, you will be able to surrender to the Supreme Lord. Okay, so that is the third and fourth verse. And now we will see the essence of the fifth verse. Fifth verse talks about freedom from false prestige and pride, freedom from illusion, freedom from false association. Meaning, false association is what? See, the false association is caused because you think you are the proprietor. But who is the proprietor? Krishna is the proprietor. And when you know Krishna is the proprietor, then you are free from false association. And you are also free from association that is caused by family, nation, and so on and so forth. All that attachment should go. We should all revert that attachment back to Krishna and understand that the spiritual knowledge in Krishna is eternal. And when we are free from all these, that is false prestige, pride, illusion, false association, then what happens? Then you will be able to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So these 5 verses, they essentially talk about how you can detach yourself from the material world, how you can actually divert your attention to the Krishna, and then this can happen through the process of surrender. So that is the essence of these 5 verses. So now I'll quickly ask you some questions. Are you ready? You can all unmute and you can answer.
We're ready.
Okay. Okay. I think what I hear some noise.
Sound, Mataji.
Huh?
What's that sound?
I have no idea. That's what I'm asking. What's that sound?
Oh.
Yeah.
Advait microphone I hear. I don't know somebody. But let's continue, Mataji.
Okay. So, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead?
Krishna.
Krishna. What are the qualities that we must be free from to attain Supreme Lord? Like
ignorance,
false prestige, bad association.
Correct. The last verse.
Pride, envy, the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah. And the fifth verse we talked about, right? False prestige, pride, illusion, false association. Or if you're going to be free from dualities, then you will be able to surrender to Krishna. And how do you surrender? Surrender to who? Who would you surrender to?
Krishna.
Surrender to Krishna. Through whom you will surrender?
Detachment.
Through whom? Like, who is the person who is going to connect you to Krishna? Guru. Very good. Guru. Correct. Guru is the person whom you would connect to. So is it okay if you perform the Vedic rituals as a matter of rituals, or you have to get the knowledge?
No, Mataji, most people they do those rituals to get self benefit.
Correct. Correct.
Get some benefit.
But how should we do the rituals if we are to perform some rituals? How we should do it? For example, there are some rituals that
pleasure.
Knowledge how to do it.
For Krishna's pleasure.
Such that we have to please Lord Krishna.
Mataji.
Whatever activities, whatever austerities, rituals that.
Mataji, you're frozen.
Yeah, we can't see you at all.
We have to have that mood as if to auspicious. Otherwise, everything is useless. If you don't have that knowledge.
Mataji, you're frozen.
Yeah. In my screen is you.
No, I can't see Mataji.
First she was frozen, now her video turned off.
Now Mataji, your screen is black.
Yeah, she can join back.
Mataji, on my screen it shows Vinita Mataji for herself, for Balabinda, and for Radhika Kasturi. For both it shows Vinita Mataji's photo.
Mataji, I can hear you.
Now she left.
Okay. Maybe our internet is gone. I guess she has summarized
Mataji, or she can join again, Mataji.
We have only a couple of minutes. That's the thing.
Mataji,
we're not doing anything special at the end.
2 more minutes to the next.
Mataji can join it back again.
Mataji,
yes,
we're not doing anything special at the end.
quiet. We will wait for Mataji to join in. Can you all be quiet? Thank you.
Mataji, we're not
Quiet
always
game.
not doing anything at the end.
Today,
Special.
Thursday we'll do something, but today we are not because it takes
Okay.
time for you all to read and then for the summary.
What is again?
Hare Krishna. Sorry, Mataji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. You joined us, Varun,
Hare
right?
Krishna.
Okay. Yes,
I'm joining from my phone.
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Go ahead, Mataji.
Can we end the session? We saw a view of verses, answers. And, do you think we can end today's session?
Yes,
Is it okay?
Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you for patiently
No,
going on.
Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
No, Mataji.
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji. Class was nice. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Japaditanam Dharmebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha Krishna Mataji.